speaker is Professor Wakar Uddin, the Director General for the Rohingya Union.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mr. Chairman, I wish to express my sincere thanks to OIC, Marriage Foundation, and then GNRD Global Network for co-sponsoring this event. The situation in Myanmar, in Arakan state, has not improved. In fact, in some situation in Arakan state with regard to Rohingya, it's getting worse, it's deteriorating. It's happening while international community is praising Myanmar for transition to democracy. There is a euphoria in the international community prematurely praising government of Myanmar while there are serious human rights violations taking place in Arakan state, particularly against Rohingya, and some other states also that is happening. In this event, I would like to first highlight some of the critical issues that we are facing in our country, Rohingya people. Is this persecution of Rohingya and ethnic cleansing of Rohingya has been taking place for 50 plus years. So there's no way I will be able to cover everything in this 15 minutes what has been taking place for 50 years. But I will highlight some of these events. Right now, as we speak, there's a thing called verification process, forced verification process. Government of Myanmar is pressuring Rohingya people to accept the term Bengali, to forego our own identity as Rohingya and accept the term Bengali and fill that in the form, verification form, that Bengali. This is a serious problem. Myanmar government officials are trapping Rohingya families who are not quite educated. There are reports of families trapped. Government officials saying that to the family that, look, we will give you full citizenship and equal citizenship, we'll give you red card, full citizenship card, just write Bengali. Bengali will be one of the ethnic minority. They're trapped then. So those people, naive, wrote Bengali, hoping that that wouldn't be a problem. Then a few days later, investigation team came and investigated this family, saying that, asking them, this family has been there for generations, hundreds and hundreds of years with their ancestry. Now they are asking, because they fill out the form under duress, that when did you enter Burma? How did you cross into Burmese territory? Where did you live in Bangladesh? Who was the chairman of your village in Bangladesh? Who are the traffickers brought you across the border into Burma to settle? Which crossing point you came across? This family was stunned to hear what they are asking. They said no. They just simply asked us to write Bengali. We did not know. We wrote Bengali because they said that they are going to recognize us as an ethnic minority with full citizenship. These kind of traps Burmese government is setting up. Why? Why Bengali? The reason they are forcing us on Bengali is to imply, to indicate we are illegal immigrants came from Bangladesh, illegally entered. That's the whole reason. This Bengali term they are trying to use is just to institutionalize, legalize their violations, which they are doing now against Rohingya, which are illegal. They want to legalize. So this is the verification process. Second issue, serious issue, is IDP camps, internally displaced persons. Over 140,000 people, Rohingya people, are in IDP camps as a result of violence against Rohingya by Buddhist Rakhine in collusion with Burmese forces, Myanmar police. 140,000 now. In 2012, June 2012, that took place. Burmese government put them into IDP camps, telling international community that look, there's violence, they have to stay there temporarily. As soon as everything calms down, they can return to their homes. In 2012, June. Now, June of 2015. 3 years in the making. There's no improvement. They are not returning. They have not been returned. In fact, the situation has deteriorated. These families in IDP camps become a victim of human trafficking. Human traffickers and smugglers are preying upon them to take to Malaysia, Indonesia, with false promise of few $100s, and then when they reach their destination, they end up in hard labor camps, sex slavery, sex trade, all sort of things happening. And now you have seen recently mass grave, discovery of mass grave in Malaysia and Thai border. These are all Rohingya victims of human trafficking. Boat people crisis, we have seen the last few weeks. They are floating adrift in the Andaman Sea. Nobody wants to take them. These are all the results of IDP camps, violations of human rights, and persecution of Rohingya people. These basic human rights violations is not new. It has been taking place since 1965, mid-1960s. The Myanmar government has instituted a regional policy only for Rohingya that restricts their movement. Rohingya people cannot move. I'm going to repeat this every time I speak because this is the fundamental problem that we're facing. Basic human rights violations. They cannot move from one place to another place, one town to another town, one village to another village. Rohingya couple cannot get married without permission from the government. And if they can get married somehow through bribing and other things, there's a two-child policy. Only imposed on Rohingya people. Out of the 135 ethnic minority in Burma, this law is only for Rohingya. There's a restriction on education. Rohingya students cannot seek higher education. Land confiscation, freedom of worship. There are not a single mosque, masjid open in our state today. They shut down the mosque, religious schools. They are infringement upon the freedom of worship. I can go on and on and on with these human violations against Rohingya, at least a dozen or more. These cases have been taking place. This policy was instituted by military junta, military government, when democracy was not there. It did not come through legislation. So Myanmar government can remove this law, this policy immediately. That does not require legislation. But Myanmar government is not doing it. They are still, as of today, these basic human rights violations are taking place. There have been 4 legislation, anti-Rohingya, anti-Muslim legislation in the parliament, Burmese parliament right now. They have introduced and some of them have already passed. The unfortunate thing is that we Rohingya people are peace-loving people. We are not armed. We are not fighting through armed conflict. We are fighting for our rights through diplomatic means. Look at the other ethnic minorities, Christian groups, Chin, Kachin, Karen. They are fighting for their rights, holding arms. Now, Myanmar government is negotiating with them. Here, we are vulnerable population, wanted to just seeking, demanding the basic rights. Myanmar government is continuing to violate. Government of Myanmar have communicated with OIC many times. OIC delegations have gone to Myanmar a few times, and they promise so many things, but they provide only lip service. Nothing has been taking place. Hospitals and many other things, opening an OIC office, just still stands still. International pressure need to be increased on Burmese government of Myanmar, and international community send a strong message to the government, a coherent message, and unison. One single message, coherent message, need to be sent to Myanmar government. Every country needs to be on the same page. International community, including the West, US and Europeans, need to put pressure on ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. That ASEAN has been a problem for Rohingya cause because there's a thing they are saying in ASEAN that non-interference in internal matter of a member state. This is not an internal matter in Burma. Rohingya issue is no more an internal matter. It is a regional matter because Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Bangladesh, they are all having problems with Rohingya issues. So this regional issue now is expanding to the level of global issue, Rohingya issue with human trafficking and many other things. So they cannot use the pretext of non-interference. When human rights comes, there's no such a thing called interference. There's international law on human rights violations. We have seen a lot of resolutions from United Nations General Assembly, Human Rights Council here, and other places, US Congress, but we are looking to the results. What these several resolutions, what kind of results are brought up. So we ask international community to transform this resolution into tangible results. It can provide tangible results, these resolutions. This Rohingya issue has been discussed in United Nations Security Council in New York for the first time. We want to continue to pursue that more often, and this issue should be discussed in United Nations Security Council because crimes against humanity, and there are conducts of Burmese forces amounting to genocide. So this issue is serious. So we will appeal to United Nations member states and Security Council to bring this issue more in the United Nations Security Council. There are avenues we can pursue that with your help with international community, independent commission of inquiry by United Nations. What happened in Afghanistan? Who are the victims? What violence? How many people are killed? And there are issues we can follow with Rome Statute. All violations, human rights violations, crimes against humanity, are what Rohingya people are going through is stated. Same thing in 6 and 7, Article 6 and 7 can be applied to Rohingya situation. So we keep appealing to international community on and on and on. Nothing is happening. Rohingya people has been waiting. And then while Myanmar's government is dragging its feet, international community is doing its best, but people are disappearing. They are trapped into human trafficking. They are getting killed. 3 million Rohingya originally in Burma, 1.4 million left. It's still there. And 1.6 million has already left the country. And if this trend continues, there will not be Rohingya anymore in the foreseeable future. How long our people, Rohingya people, can wait until international community can act to save these people, this ethnic minority in Myanmar, who are on the verge of extinction? We appeal to international community to take more aggressive step, more firm step to address this issue and pressure Myanmar government to address Rohingya issue. Thank you very much.